Hello and welcome to the first video in the Warhammer 40k 8th edition week on this channel. We're going to start with, very clearly, the unboxing of the starter set because it's probably the best place to start. This is a complete unboxing. It's still in the cellophane wrapper. All I've done is taken it out of its shipping box. Unlike certain other YouTubers, I'm looking at you, Mr. Leaky Cheese, I'm not brave enough to attempt to remove the cellophane in one go without it going wrong, so I'm going to use a hideously sharp knife to do so. But to start, we're going to look at what's on the back of the box. And in this set, it seems to fit very similarly to what they've done with, say, Betrayal at Calf and the other Horus Heresy box. You get two complete forces, the Primaris Space Marines and the Death Guard. This box is made in the UK and it says it's for 2 players. It's approximately 90 minutes, so that says to me they're definitely going more with the complete boxed game route, similar to how they've done with, say, the Age of Sigmar starter set, which again was a complete force in a box. According to online leaks, each of the forces in this is roughly 1,000 points, so you get a decent sized game, and the 90 minutes here tells you what 8th edition with Games Workshop they were looking at for game lengths, and 1,000 points in 90 minutes is roughly the same, if a little bit shorter than what it would have been in 7th, so it's good to see a lot less bloating. Get a complete breakdown of what's in the box, including the full rulebook, as opposed to the mini starter rulebook in the previous edition. A mini codex for the Primaris Space Marines. A 24-page Death Guard mini codex. Range ruler as per usual in a starter set, and 12 dice. So in this box you've got everything to start apart from a table and some terrain. But that's easy enough to sort out with some books, some mugs, some toilet paper rolls, etc. You can get a decent looking first game going. It also has a breakdown of what your forces are, and it's 53 miniatures in this box, which I'm not sure if it's the same as the Dark Vengeance box, but I'm pretty sure there's more in this box. Okay, so onto the unboxing. So using a hideously sharp knife, I'm going to remove the cellophane, or at least get it started for removal. And there we go. Fortunately, I know at the very least in this box that it is a slide out one. Again, different from last starter set, which would have been a latch here or a flap at the end here. Instead, this is a sleeve for you to keep your models in. And we're immediately greeted with the picture that's oh so famous from the Warhammer community website, and what I believe is on the front cover of the rulebook, a Primaris Space Marine and a Death Guard looking Primaris Space Marine. Hints to the future maybe. So this is the model case, and it's sealed by a purity seal on the bottom by order of the Inquisition, and due to this I think we'll leave this for the last thing to be opened. So underneath that we're immediately greeted by the main rulebook, and the rulebook is sealed in its own cellophane wrapper again. So I'm going to use a sharp knife just to get the cellophane started. It seems more in line with the big rulebooks we saw in previous editions, where it's hardback, a shiny cover, and the tagline, "In the grim darkness of the far future, there is only war." I was wrong about the Primaris Marine at the start. So on the back we of course see the Ultra Smurfs with Rabute Gilliman on the front leading their forces, as well as some of the new Death Guard miniatures. Again, another famous tagline from 40k, and a brief breakdown of the universe, trying to get people into it, and then a breakdown of the in real life universe. So this rulebook seems solid. It's got a good proper retail release feel to it, as opposed to, again, the softback rulebooks. The art spread at the front. Again, the art that we're famous for, but this time in colour, and we can definitely see now that this is a Nurgle Marine. So, as per usual with their rulebooks, a nice breakdown letting you know that we are in the grim dark. A spread with what looks like Mortarion, so hopefully he's the big release we're looking at, especially being as he's bearing down on Guilliman there. Most of this book is likely to be fluff. Again, it's fluff. Okay, so to start we've got the hobby actually, and just how to collect miniatures, etc., how to build and paint them. Trying to show happy looking people playing their game. Please go to Warhammer World. But also it breaks down the 3 different modes of play. You've got open play, narrative play and match play. Open play is similar to, from my understanding, is similar to Unbound, where you just take what you want. Narrative play is using the new power ratings on the data sheets, more on that later, and will let you recreate specific events of the universe, such as, say, the Gathering Storm. And finally then there's match play, which is the most familiar one, and I believe the points they're recommending are going up to around 2,000. Then we're at the Dark Millennium, the fluff section of the book, where it breaks down what's happened between Rising Storm and now, because shock horror, Games Workshop advanced the storyline. There's more classified, censored things, and there's a good chunk, actually, of fluff here, where it's telling you different backgrounds, what you can base your armies off of, such as the different Forge Worlds. There was regiments, the Astra Militarum, or the Imperial Guard, as everyone prefers to call them. We've also got a nice bookmark, similar to what's in the big black books by Forge World. So it's nice to see that we'll be able to keep track of certain things, such as your detachment bonuses, or say the mission that you're reading. Again though, there is a lot of fluff in this book. Where does the fluff end? There's Imperial Agents, the Legio Cybernetica and the Skitarii, Knights, which is always cool, Imperial Agent, painted miniatures models, Imperium at War. We get different examples of Primaris Space Marines here, which is nice. We see some Raven Guard, Imperial Fists. I believe these are standard. No, looking at them, this is more Salamander ones, and it was a nice double page spread with mixed in with some standard Space Marines there as well. So this looks like it's the model showcase, just getting you to buy the thing. Saint Celestine in all her new glory. Hopefully we'll get some plastic sisters soon. Assassins, Custodes. A lot of work here. Then we're on to the Forces of Chaos. So all the different Heretic Space Marines. Model showcase again. Then I think we'll be on to Xenos. Yeah, we're on to Xenos then. Craft Worlds, breaking down different Craft Worlds of the Eldari now. Okay, so we're on to more trademarkable names by Games Workshop. So how long do you think it's going to be till the Space Marine Codex comes out as Adeptus Astartes? And then we've got the Drukhari for the Dark Eldar, the different cults, homunculus covens, the Onari, Harlequins. Surprised they didn't go for the different troops, I think it's called, because they're actors. Necrons, some dynasties here, which is cool. It's nice to see some more Necron stuff. Orc clans, you've got your standard ones there. More artwork. That's with some Xeno violence. Orc breakdown showing how rough they are. The Tau, Tyranids, and then your Xeno models. Some breakdown again of Eternity's War, and then I think we're onto the rules. Yeah. No, we're still talking about the fluff. There is a lot of fluff in this book. Different war zones. Okay, there is only war. Here we're at the rules, and there is a lot of fluff to rule ratio here. So we've got open play, breaking it down, narrative play, data sheets, just telling you how to do different things. I'm just going to whiz through this because we'll do an in-depth review of the game later in the week, probably tomorrow for Tuesday's video. So we've got Only War, which is the basic mission that they advertised on the Warhammer community page. Different breakdowns, how to do different things, narrative play, etc. No special rules, which is good. I know they said they were getting rid of it, but I hadn't seen anything actually confirming it yet. It's nice. How to do different terrain pieces, detachments. So basically you've got the rules here to do the game you want. The detachments are cool. Even how to run campaigns. This was not a part I was expecting, but just a basic flow breakdown. And then we've got an appendix like the last edition with talking about specific things you might have heard, like black ships, etc. And an index. Okay, so I'll push this to the side over there. The next thing we've got is the pack of things and a nice transfer sheet. Break down your key key space marines, if you would. So we've got Blood Angels, Dark Angels, Space Wolves and Ultramarines, which are basically your flagship ones. A little bit disappointing not to see Black Templars, considering the coverage they had in Fall of Cadia, but oh well. I doubt there's one for the Death Guard in this, because I'm pretty sure the Death Guard models are sculpted. So we've got the books here now, the mini codexes, and here's where I hideously fail opening it. Okay, so we're in, and this was the first thing that caught my attention actually. We've got a core rules breakdown sheet here, which is nice. You can keep it to the side, so you don't need to keep your page mark for this. You instead get a little breakdown sheet, similar to Age of Sigmar actually. Okay, let's get the rest of them out. Okay, so mini codex number 1 is the Primaris Space Marines. Some artwork, Angel of Death. Okay, so we get a little bit of background of the unit, which is nice to see how to paint different companies, etc. Different types of Primaris Space Marines, just to get you used to colour schemes, etc. And what looks like here, I'm pretty sure the Storm Reapers and Blade of Vengeance are unique to the and them as well. I think those 3 are new chapters specifically for Primaris Space Marines. But here of course is them in their Ultra Smurf, and then we've got the data sheets. They've got the individual rule breakdown here, and they shall know no fear, which as per usual lets them reroll failed moral tests. We got the individual data sheets here, and then the point values in the back for applying things. So it looks how you build forces now, is you pay for a model, then you pay for their war gear. So there's no more thing of having to say buy a marine with a bolt gun, then pay for the plasma gun. My understanding is you can just buy a marine and pay for the plasma gun. And then it's probably a similar treatment for the Death Guard. Got a little bit of history, what the new units are. No model pictures, unlike the Primaris ones. Different... No, these are still thing, but different icons of Nurgle. Here we go, the different forces of Nurgle. This is nice to see. It's good to see different breakdowns amongst the traitor legions, just to get a bit of variety. Yes, they're all variations of sickly green, but it's there, you know? Then we've got the painted ones, and again, data sheets through and through. And again, point index at the back, a little bit of artwork. Got the how to build guide then, which tells you all the contents you should have, all the different base sizes, with 50mm base. I haven't seen one of them before. It's colour, which is cool, tells you how to do individual sections. Yeah, and that's interesting, I haven't seen this before. The individual steps, if I can get this closer. For example, F11. Perhaps they lettered the sprues, maybe. But yeah, just how to build them. Hopefully there's going to be spare heads, because I'd like, at the very least, my sergeants to be helmeted, if not my lieutenants. It doesn't look like they're pushed together models, though. That's what I'm noticing here. So they'll be a bit hardier on the tabletop, and you can't really pull them apart, which has its pros and cons. If only they'd been multi-pose. Okay, so is there anything else left in this box? We got a cardboard cutout. This could be cool to hide some stuff like objective cards, etc. behind. Bases. Flight stands for the interceptors, otherwise known as mobile infantry. The 50mm base. I think, looking at the front, this is either for the Lord of Contagion or the Captain in Gravis armor, and then the one for the Photed Blight drone. A nice... the dice are dice, but they've also got a bit of translucent red to them, so that's pretty cool to keep around. And then a new style of range ruler as opposed to the flimsy rods. Unfortunately, it looks like mine's a little bit damaged from creasing here, unless it's a peel-off layer. But, you know, tape measures. Oh, never mind, it is a peel-off layer. There we go. It's not as flexible as a tape measure, but it does let you see up to 12 inches, and it's fairly solid and still more flexible than the old rubbish plastic rods. So we'll set this aside and get to the part everyone was waiting for. All four of you, and that is the miniatures. So we're going to break the seal of the Inquisition. Here we are. And it looks like they're separated into two halves. We've got the Death Guard on this side and the Primaris Marines on the right. We'll start with the Primaris Marines, I think. So first sprue. This looks like your mobile infantry sprue. I mean, interceptors. We've got 3, 4, 5 helmets here, so a bit of flexibility. The plastic feels slightly different to the older kits, but that just might be me because I haven't held any plastic sprues for a while. Mark IV helmets are stubbier. Sorry, the Mark X helmets are stubbier than the Mark IV, but I like them myself. I think it's possible to do a conversion for them. So there's some plasma guns. All in all, the quality here looks pretty damn good. I can't see any visible mold lines. Yeah, okay. And they are really big. I'm just realizing looking at them now. We've got the Captain's Cloak of Command, his feed, basic Primaris Marine, maybe a Lieutenant body. Again, all in all, good, solid quality, can't see any miscasts, issues or mold lines, maybe on the top of the plasma incinerators, I think they called at the top here. There might be some removal, but that's okay. A repeat of... No, this is a unique... This is a repeated sprue, yeah, definitely. So we've already seen that one. And then it looks like we've got the command and the main body sprue. Yeah, so we've got the one for the Ancient here, which is nice. The nice banner. I like the relief, it's sculpted in, but it's also neutral, so you can use it for whatever chapter you want. The Sergeant body with the helmet clipped to his hip. Unfortunately, I think that means there's not enough spare helmets to do everyone. Let's see what I can do. Maybe that's removable in some way, and I can fix that. And yeah, onto the Death Guard now. So the first sprue has got a... I think it's a standard Plague Marine, but he has got a cape, so we'll see. And then Poxwalkers. I've seen this guy already, and that's pretty cool. It's a lasgun with a knife strapped to the back. It's just an improvised weapon there. Poxwalkers, I think, are my favourite miniature from this set, because Nurgle zombies are always cool. Then we've got a pure Death Guard sprue. The bell immediately jumps out as going to be a flimsy bugger to sort out. These seem bulkier than old Space Marines. I'll have to do a size comparison once they're built. Yeah, but all in all, again, excellent quality. Can't fault it on GW's part, yeah. And then this is a repeat of the first sprue, so I think this is definitely going to be a normal Death Guard. And then we've got the sprue for the Photed Blight drone and the rest of the Marines. Yeah, so all in all, I'd say this is well worth your money. It's a good kit, you get good quality. 2 full armies in a box is always nice to get. So the rest of the plan for the week, we're going to do some rules breakdown, and we're going to look through the 2 Imperium indices or indexes, again, whatever the plural of that is. And then towards the end of the week, we're going to do a full-blown model review, tactics, etc. on the starter box. And then a final, is it worth your money, thoughts. But yeah, this has been That Welsh Nerd, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day.